So we've got 5 games
Oh my
coming to
God.
Xbox, 4 of them being on Game Pass that are all, most of these have all gotten, like Hades was a game of the year contender. Psychonauts is getting amazing reviews. 12 Minutes has a lot of hype behind it. Flight Simulator was a 10 out of 10 on PC and Game Pass, or on PC last year, and people are really excited for the Ascent. These are 5 crazy games, you guys, in the next month. So that goes back to, should I really buy anything at that game sale? Probably not, because I've
Nope.
got all these games.
Save those
Guys,
ducats.
I know everyone loves to crap on Xbox and caca on them and be super negative. Oh, they don't have any good games. Where are the games? Look at these games that are coming out in a month, and we still have Halo Infinite and
I
Forza
know.
later this year. Like, that's crazy. And Battlefield, and not to mention, whatever third-party games are coming out. This is crazy, you guys. First of all, if you don't have Game Pass, you're crazy. And second of all, Chance, what are your thoughts on these freaking games coming out
Just
in a month?
unbelievable. I know, unbelievable. I don't know how we're gonna fit it all in. It'll be a new
That's what
kind
she
of
said.
challenge, right? Of picking this up and then switching to that, and it's just unbelievable. And of course, I'll be trying Hades again. I think, right? I say, of course, that might be one that I actually kind of, I don't want to say skip, but put onto the
But to be
backlog
fair,
just because.
you beat it on Switch.
You already
Oh,
played it,
exactly.
though.
Oh, yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. And I would love to play it again. It's absolutely worth my time to play it again. I just, considering when you look at that lineup, I'm like, I don't know when I'm going to squeeze it in. And since I bought the definitive trilogy for Tomb Raider, I don't know when I'm going to. You guys have to, and I'm sorry that you have to, but not sorry. Man, how do you get a better deal?
Yeah, I'm looking
Yep.
at this like August 13th, like week away. Like, there are 3 amazing.
And also, let's not just forget that also that's when school starts. All of us as educators, like we just totally forgot about that part of
Yeah,
our life.
that's true. Jose, what do you think about the incredible value that Game Pass is giving us right
I
now?
think I'm never going to get to Cyberpunk. That's literally what I'm thinking.
Oh yeah, I
wasted
said that.
money. I got
I
it for
said that.
Christmas last year. Literally, it's still in the box with stickers and stuff in it. Those stickers are not going to be at work
Here's
by
the
the time I get to it.
positive thing about that, Jose. Is this is good because you can wait until next. Who knows what's coming out in 2022? But you can wait until maybe April time. Hopefully, they'll have the next gen patch where it's native on Series X out by then, and then that's when you can. I still haven't played it either, and I'd like to.
Yeah.
So I'm
You're
waiting
right.
for the next.
You're probably right.
But anyway, back to, isn't this crazy value? Crazy.
It's incredible. And here, if I'm being super honest for the listeners out there, what will happen is definitely we'll play Ascent. Definitely will play Hades. That's like right up my alley as well. Flight Simulator, I definitely will play, but I'll be super honest. It'll probably be the least amount of play, which is ironic because it's also the biggest download and will take so long to get installed.
No. Did you look it? It's only like 46 gigs. As long as you have
Really?
it connected to online, it streams a bunch of data. So it's, I was pumped. I was like, oh, is this going to be a huge, if you do the online and offline mode, it's like 100 gigs. But if you don't have to download the offline mode and you just have the online version of it,
that's not
it's
too
only
bad.
46 gigs. So yeah, so just heads
I
up
mean,
on that.
I'll do a couple flights. Definitely want to fly around Colorado, Red Rocks, couple places I've been in my travels. But after that, like I'm not looking to fly in a bunch of different planes and scenarios and weather and stuff. I'm like afraid of flying. I'm afraid of heights, so that's out. But no, dude, it's incredible, dude. I mean, it's so awesome that like literally every time I sit down, even if I get bored of a game, not that I'm planning on that, but it's not like it's like, oh, what a waste of time or money. I spent all this money to get this game. It's like, oh, next one. You know what I mean? Just like that's an incredible feeling. What a time to be alive.
Yeah. And I wanted to go off what Chance and you guys have been saying is, you're right. I probably will play Flight Simulator the least, but I do want to play it, and it'll be on my Xbox, just something
Absolutely.
to escape. And like you said, I want to fly over like specific areas in the game, obviously. But I haven't played Hades, so I'm excited for that. And I will play the Ascent. I'd like to play it with you guys, but of course we all game at different times, and Chance goes to bed at like 5 o'clock. So, and then
He's been sleeping for 2 hours at this
yeah,
point.
he had to get up to record the show, and then the 12 minutes. And the Psychonauts, I can't wait. And what I appreciate about most of these, I'm hoping, is that they're smaller sized games. And as we get older with more responsibilities, more kids, I am in love with these shorter 10 to 15 hour experiences. Why am I thinking about getting Valhalla when I know that's going to be a 100-hour game? So
just borrow my copy. I told you.
shout out.
But on
Game
that point,
Pass,
I think
man.
what's also so cool about that too is that we've talked about a little bit is the cloud gaming, because part of the problem we have with games is literally they're at home, right? They're at my home TV, and so like if you have to stay late for work, if you're taking kids somewhere, if you have to be somewhere, you lose micro amounts of time that add up to a significant amount of time. I think it's super dope that, assuming the cloud starts to work really well, that I could like take a controller in my bag to work, and if I'm stuck there for 2 hours before a basketball game, I can be like, an hour of work, and then I'm going to squeeze in some time to jump on something like Hades, right? Like that is, oh my God, like it is just an incredible feeling to think that will work, and I'm all about it.
Yeah. So shout out to Game Pass again. What a value. And I remember I was just listening. I wanted to say this too. I was listening to Defining Duke and Lord Cog. Shout out to Cognito and Master Matty Plays were talking about it. And there's a writing question about how people are concerned, like, well, is this sustainable? Can Microsoft afford to do Game Pass? And Cog said this great point, and he's like, and even if it does fail, who cares? Because we can enjoy it right now. Like, there is no negative to us enjoying and benefiting Game Pass for as long as we can now, because it is an incredible value. And let's say it does fail a year from now, who cares? We got to enjoy all these amazing games for a stupid price. So shout out to Cog. That was an awesome thought. I'm like, you're right. Who cares? We are benefiting regardless, because
I mean, even if it shuts down
Microsoft, yeah,
like by Christmas, imagine how much we'll be like, God, you remember that like 2 years of Game Pass was magical time. But the other part of that, the flip side of that coin is, it's not crazy. I'm sure they're making money. Like, everybody thought Netflix was a joke and that they were never going to make money. Everybody thought that iTunes was ridiculous, $1 per song. Like, all these examples where people were like, this is ridiculous, it's not sustainable, they're never going to make money. And they now are all over our lives. Like, I can't see why this wouldn't be any different, truly.
And again, like, I want to go into a deep dive into Game Pass when there's a slow week, but who knows? With all these games coming out, I don't know if we're going to get to it. But another point is Game Pass is a driver for people. They have statistics on people play more games, people buy more games, and people buy games on Game Pass. Like, I bought Control even though it was on Game Pass. People buy games. They're like, oh, well, I want to own my games. What is stopping you from playing the game on Game Pass? And if you love it so much, from then buying it, and you get it at a discount, or it's coming off of Game Pass. If you really love a game, you still have the option to buy it. Like, I think people do spend more money buying games and playing games, and I'm an example of it, and I don't even play them as many games as other people. Chance, go ahead.
Yep. No, that's entirely true, and I'm thinking, like, again, anything that helps widen the spectrum of people and access to the medium that we all love here, like, how is that a bad thing? And now that I'm thinking about it, because I'm sure there's at least one or two, who do we know that doesn't have Game Pass?
My brother.
Do
Tony.
Really? I was going to say, absolutely was going to get, he doesn't.
He's
Goose, maybe? I don't know if Goose does. I hope he does.
I hope he does.
No, I think he does, because whenever we're like, hey, you got to check this out, he's like, downloading now.
Dude, I bet some of the F-boys don't have it. I just don't know.
Game Pass it is the best $15 I don't spend every. I mean, I have.
Exactly.
I stacked them however many years ago.
Exactly. We even stacked it through. And even I was thinking, even when that expires, again, I want to go into the math of this. It's still worth the $15 a month. Well, okay, we're gonna do a Game Pass.
The math is so simple. The math is simple.
You buy
two games a year. If you buy more than 2 video games in a full calendar year, Game Pass is worth. That's just the easiest math
I would
you
buy
can do.
Forza Horizon and Halo alone, right there.
Just there.
Right there. That's
for me, Dead Space and Halo, and easily, and there's way more than that I'd buy.
And we're all skipping Battlefield in this fake world.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying those are specific games that are going to be on Game Pass, like day one. Like, they have to be day one releases. But we'll talk about this. Maybe we'll do this next week, and maybe hopefully we'll have a slow news week. I want to talk about Game Pass next week. So let's move on. Great discussions there, boys.